was 3-minute thing because I couldn't get it to stop looping because I'm on my piece of shit bedroom computer with terrible Wi-Fi. But truth is, I wasn't going to stream today. In fact, I was thinking about taking a break from streaming. Reason I decided to stream today. And I apologize if this lags. If anyone's watching, let me know. It's a piece of shit computer. But at the last minute, I decided, let me stream, and I want to tell you why. But before I tell you, it was recycle day here in this town. And recycling is done at the county level. The county comes around, different towns, different days. So whichever town would have gotten the recycles yesterday, that town didn't get them because yesterday was a holiday. It was Thanksgiving here in the USA. Thanksgiving, Pilgrims, Indians, they'd eat turkey, etc. It's a holiday. So yesterday was a holiday. So usually when you have a holiday, there's no recycling in that town. And then, so the county has to catch up and go to that town on Friday, which means we're for Friday. We got to wait till Saturday or Sunday or whenever, maybe sometimes Monday. But their cycles came, so I had to run out to get them. So that loop is going on. But now the reason I wanted to stream briefly, so I see this shrink a couple times a week, all virtual. This old Jew, he's in his 70s. He's going to be I think he's about to turn 73. I want to say he's just shy of his 73rd birthday. And he would have probably retired. The vibe I get off this guy is he would have retired, especially when COVID hit. But now that he can just do this online, he likes to just sit there in his house and collect his shekels. He doesn't go back to the office. He told me he still has an office because you have to have one for legal purposes, but he no longer sees people in the office. Because I said to him, listen, man, virtual is cool, but can I meet you once? You can see me in person. Meeting someone 3D is different. But he's like, oh, you'd have to wear a mask. Oh, he probably would have retired if, what do you call it? This, online virtual, whatever it's called, telemedicine didn't exist. So I was supposed to so what happened was Labor Day, which is another holiday here in the USA. Labor Day weekend, it was in September. Thursday, Friday, I think. Thursday, Friday. And I said to him, he said, I got a short week this week because of Labor Day, the holiday. And I said, but you're a shrink. It's like, why do you need to take Labor Day off? I said, if anything, if I were a shrink, I would actually see patients. I would work holidays because, people are off from work. So you can say, okay, I can schedule more people in, make some more money because people are off holidays. It's not like you need a day off from labor. All you do is sit here and listen to people. But I told him that. So it was back on Labor Day. I said, why do you take Labor Day off? You should work holidays. Oh, no, I'm supposed to take it off. It's a holiday. Anyway, the interesting thing is, last week when I was talking to him, he said to me, he goes, I'm going to see people on Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is it's a holiday. And I'm like, well, wait, I thought you took holidays off. Yeah, well, basically, I don't know if he remembers because he's in his 70s, but I was the one who suggested, hey, man, you want to get your shekels? You should actually work holidays. You can schedule more people. People are off. So I was actually supposed to see him Thursday and Friday. I was going to talk to him on Thanksgiving, and I was going to talk to him today. I was going to see him twice a week. Just, what the hell? I saw him last week sometime. I think I saw him last Thursday or something like that. So I was going to talk to him, and he called me yesterday morning. He calls, and he left me a message. Something about, I can actually play it maybe. Something about his hip. His hip wasn't feeling well. He felt he was in too much pain to concentrate. So I said to him, okay, that's cool. I understand. Part of me is thinking, I wonder if his wife was like, you're working for Thanksgiving, but the people next door, the Joneses are coming over. So I thought maybe it was fake, but I said, whatever. So I didn't see him yesterday. He called me again today, and he was like, yeah, he goes, I apologize. I have to go back to the ER. He left this message. I got to go back to the ER. So I guess he was in the hospital. But it's funny because I called him back. I didn't talk to him. I left him a message. And I said I wished him the best. But it's funny because this past Christmas of 2023, I was in the hospital. I tore my inferior epigastric artery. I've told this story before. I can repeat it if need be. But I've also got a black theme going because today is Black Friday. I don't know if they celebrate this in other countries. It's not really a celebration. The day after Thanksgiving Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. Thanksgiving is always the fourth Thursday of the month. I think is that how it works? So sometimes it's the second to last, sometimes it's the last. This year, it's the last Thursday. Sometimes it's second to last, depending on how many Thursdays. If you have 5 Thursdays, it's the fourth. If you have 4 Thursdays, it's the last. It's always the fourth Thursday in the USA. You guys might know this if you're Americans. I see 2 Americans here. But anyway, so the day out, for those who might watch this later or not American, the fourth Thursday, whether that's the final or the penultimate penultimate means second to last. Thanksgiving is always the fourth Thursday of November. The day after is Black Friday, which you might probably know now from the internet. It's a big sales, specials. So we got the black theme going just for Black Friday. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, I went to the hospital last Christmas. And of course, the worst time to ever go to a hospital is on a holiday, especially a holiday as major as Christmas. It was short-staffed. There was no one there Christmas Day and the next day. The worst time to go to a hospital. They're open. There are people who work, but it's so short-staffed. Doctors aren't there. The worst time to go to the hospital, probably the worst day ever to go to the hospital, is Christmas. And I said, it's amazing. It's almost like My Life's a Kafka novel. I told the guy, I said, listen, I left the message. I said, get well. No problem. We'll talk next week if you're better. And I said, remember last Christmas, I went to the hospital. I've been seeing this guy for almost 2 years now, since like February of 23. I said, remember last Christmas, I went to the hospital. I said, it sucks going to, the hospital on a holiday. Christmas is the worst. Thanksgiving's probably the second worst. So I understand if he's telling the truth. He's going to be 73. If he's having hip problems, if he's telling the truth, then I can fully understand it. So I didn't get my socialization. My brother's at work. He's my social outlet. I talk to him twice a week. So since I didn't get it, I'm going to use this as my social outlet, since I haven't been doing much, and I've been, I should be doing, but I really do feel, like I'm not living anymore. I'm existing, not living. And now to answer your question, the day before, sorry, let me finish up. Christmas 2023, I go to the hospital. So it's weird, almost like I don't want to get too woo-y, like some outside agency wants, it's a weird parallel. Almost a year later, not quite, 11 months later, he goes to the hospital on a major holiday, not the day before, not the day after. I can tell you he's a bitch having a medical emergency on a holiday. That's weird. Anyway, no, the day before, on Wednesday, my brother and I, we broiled up a bunch of sausage. We had a full-size sausage, also these little breakfast sausages. We had plenty of sausage. So I had enough to eat Wednesday, Thursday. Now, my brother was invited yesterday. He was off yesterday. They gave him the day off. He was invited to go to my parents' place. If you know, I'm not going to repeat all my stories. What's the point of posting videos if I got to repeat myself 1,000 times? My parents, I moved them in. I moved back into this. My brother and I moved back in here when my father had a stroke because my mother was going to lose this house. He was in assisted living. We moved back in here to make sure she didn't end up homeless. And then eventually he was kicked out of the facility after several years, and I got them into this old folks' home, nice apartment. And they've been there since the summer. And I wasn't invited. My brother was. And I said, I didn't want to go anyway. But I told my brother, I said, listen, brother Click, do not let, I don't trust our parents. Don't let them play you. They're the one, my brother's like, oh no, I think they're in the dark. My brother still has that naive, yes, mommy. He still has that. I said, I don't trust that bitch. I don't care if she's your own mother. You can't fucking trust her. But he went over. I think part of it, he wanted, he misses one thing I've always said. If I have one positive thing to say about my own mother, she was a damn good cook. And I don't know if that's because, I grew up with her cooking but she really liked to cook. So he went over to have and she would always make she'd always make Thanksgiving turkey. But my father never liked turkey. He would tolerate it, but he would never really like, my father didn't like turkey. So this is his first year out of the facility. And I guess he didn't want turkey. He wanted ham. And my mother is the mindless, dutiful wife. Even though my father's a stroke victim retard, his right hand's dead. He's, yes, I worship you, master. So she made ham. But my brother said it was very good. Ham and some, what do you call it? Like those potatoes that are mixed. It's sweet potatoes and regular roasted potatoes. And my brother brought home some pumpkin pie, but I'm like, eh. But so my brother ate well. Me, I just had some sausage, stayed home. Drank. By the way, it's a bad lag. How are we doing here? I'm sorry about the lag. I might transition to the downstairs computer, which is much better connection, but I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I just wanted to, I don't know, I guess since I'm not getting I wasn't even going to stream. I was going to wait another few weeks or maybe not take a break from streaming. But since my shrink, because I knew when he called yesterday and he told me that, at first part of me thought it's Thanksgiving. His wife probably got pissed and said, you're working. So first I thought it was an excuse, but I said to myself, if it's true, if it's real, he's not going to, because he said to me yesterday, he goes, yeah, I need to take today off. I'm in too much pain, but we'll assume we're on for tomorrow. And I said to him, well, if you're in the hospital, who's going to call me? Oh, I'll call you no matter what. When he called today, he said, I'm back in the ER. So I guess he went to the ER yesterday, and maybe he learned from my mistake. Don't get admitted to a hospital on a holiday. But I think he's telling the truth. I think he's an old man who's having problems. So since I have no socialization outlet, for this week, I figured I'd stream. But no one's really here, so maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Yeah, I was checking the YouTube feed to make sure this thing was still streaming. And if no one's here, it's understandable. It's just sort of a mellow, easygoing. Don't worry, I'm not going to beg anyone to come on. Now, the reason I do that is because this is more of a coffee house. I am not a clubhouse. Dumb was a clubhouse. You had a big base. I do not have nor want a big base. We're more of a small, intimate little group. Anyone's welcome. This isn't like a members only club, but because it's so small, you can all get to know each other. This isn't some transients in and out sort of thing. But today I'm just going to talk a little bit and whatever. I have nothing really to say much, but I figured since I don't have a shrink, because if I were seeing him today, I wouldn't bother streaming. But because he canceled on me the second day, I'm not going to. This is the first time actually, because I started seeing him in February of 23. I don't think he ever took a vacation that I recall. There was 1 week I took off. I remember my father was he was still in the facility. My father was having his hearings to stay on MLTSS. I took a week off. I said, I can't see you this week. I'm preparing for this trial or this hearing. I think it was the first time, because he loves his shekels. He has nothing. He just sits at home, and he can not have to go to an office, not deal with people through a screen, collect monies. So I don't blame him. But this is the first time he's taken off in nearly 2 years, because in November, December. So it's been a year and 9 months, and this has never happened where he's not available. But I guess we all go down. I just hope he lives long enough to submit his notes so I can get SSDI. God forbid he dies or retires or becomes too incapacitated to do this. But I wanted the old shrink. I didn't want some young kid. I even told him, I said, I don't want some woman. I don't want someone my age or younger, just some kid younger than me. I'm in my 40s. I want some fucking 20-something. I don't want a woman. I don't want some nigger. I gotta watch the words I say. I wanted you, the old kike, because you're the seasoned pro. You're like the exorcist. You're the wise old priest. You're not just some run-of-the-mill priest. You're the one who trained for this. You're my exorcist, metaphorically speaking. So he's not much use either. But I can speak freely with him, and I hope he pulls through. But we'll see what happens. So, anyone else have anything to say? What's going on? Let's see here. We got Cassandra. Happy day after Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday. You can see the black theme here. That black theme looks kind of nice, but it's a special color. Did you do anything special for? What do you in Arizona? Do you guys have turkey? Or do you guys have like paellas or some shit? And this is our southwestern. I can picture a southwestern Thanksgiving. Paellas, those those Mexican beans that are black and red. It's a different kind of Thanksgiving in that part of the country. I don't know. No, Frog, do what you got to do. It's nice to see you, but just whatever. No big deal. You're what? Are you back at work? Are you doing some construction, or are you with family? You doing some Thanksgiving thing? And there might not be much too much to talk about, but I just wanted some social. I felt this yearning for some socialization, some safe socialization. I'm too afraid. I'm becoming agoraphobic. I kind of it's just bad. It's pathetic. Intellectually, I know this is stupid, but I'm becoming inherently agoraphobic. I know people say that when you're at work, because people get so maybe Neat Bucks is a bad idea. But I want Neat Bucks. I don't have to worry about the next time I lose a job. Yeah, this is bad connection. One of these days, I like to have a nice computer with a nice connection. Everything works perfectly. I don't know. I can put more RAM in this, but I spilled the beer on it, and I think the connection from where I am up here to where the router comes into the house, so the modem, it's just and this thing goes out of focus. Why can't I have nice things? I don't ask for fancy things. I don't want a mansion and a yacht and a Lamborghini. I just want one good, decent, perfectly working computer and microphone and camera. But I can't even get that in life. This is why I can't have nice things. And yes, my parents, I don't feel upset they didn't invite me because I wouldn't want to go, but they're sending a message. I don't want them taking advantage of my brother because he is a bit more. Sometimes he says some things that I think are brilliant. I'm like, wow, I wish I had thought of that. Other times I think he's kind of naive. So he's the second. I'm the oldest. I think he still wants to look at the good of our parents, and I'm much more cynical with them. But right. This is good. At least I get to speak. This is, like I said, like the days when I used to speak into a micro cassette recorder. This is kind of like that. Like this is 20 years ago. This is before YouTube existed. See, remember, I didn't grow up with YouTube. YouTube became a thing when I was in my mid-20s. Like when I was in my earlier 20s, I bought a micro cassette recorder. When I was in the car or going for a walk, I would record these thoughts and snippets and ideas. I put them in this micro. That's what this reminds me of, just me sharing my thoughts. But unlike the micro cassette tapes, I think I still have them, but I can never play them because my old micro cassette tape thing broke. Here, at least I have some kind of record, even though it's all just meaningless ramble. Now, it's going out of focus, and I got to take a piss. So let me put the banner on, the countdown. Hopefully, it won't loop this time. And I'll be back in a minute. Not like there's really anyone here anyway, but I'll be back. Okay. Oh, who cares? Oh shit! I thought it went black again. It went dead. But apparently, I just put that down. I was hoping that would refocus things. I don't know. Okay. So where was I? So I'm not gonna repeat myself. Just okay. This is nothing. I wasn't even gonna stream, but when my shrink canceled, I decided at 2 days in a row. I decided, what the hell? I need some kind of social outlet to try to get me over my agoraphobia. Because when I am on camera, I feel like with him too. One of the problems I have with him, he always says to me, you seem like a normal person. You seem fine. Part of it could be patronizing gaslighting, but I've said to him, I said, listen, man, you've never met me in real life. It's always been telemedicine since February of 23. How I appear on camera when the camera's on me, virtually might be different than how I come across in real life. Plus, in real life, we have mannerisms and little things that might, it's not just, see, we always go about lookism. Looks. And looks are important. Mannerisms are part of lookism. And, even if you say, I think your face is fine, and I think the way you talk is fine, being among someone in real life, in 3D, in the flesh, is different. There could be little subconscious things that, change perception. So I always tell them, I'd like to meet you in your office once, man. But I am more, relaxed on camera, talking to people. I'd rather talk to people from a distance than with someone. I'd rather talk to many, talk to. And I've always felt this way. Maybe that's part of the reason why I've spoken to a micro cassette recorder for a fictitious audience. It's like, I'd rather talk to many people than with someone one-on-one. I don't tend to get camera shy, but in real life, it's, interacting with people is, oof. And it's a shame Cthulhu Sloth isn't here. I was going to sing the song Black Friday by Steely Dan, but oh well. No, I understand. It's the day after a holiday. People are doing things. No one has to. I just wanted to just come on briefly because this is my therapy session today. Because my shrink canceled. I told us Thursday, Friday he canceled. So I said, okay, fine. This will be my surrogate. I should have called this surrogate therapy, but it was my surrogate therapy stream. And again, I apologize for the delays. You guys are my surrogate therapists. Thank you for instead of talking to a tape like I used to, I feel like I'm not as crazy because I'm talking to, in theory, living beings, actual people. When I was talking to a tape, I liked it. I enjoyed having a collection of thoughts, but I wasn't talking to anybody. I was talking to myself. At least I'm nominally, theoretically talking to somebody. And hello, Mr. Horsett. I'm glad you're very lucky. I'm so jelly. You got a loving wife who cooks. My father got that in my mother. I never got that. So I'm glad you have a loving wife and she actually cooks, and hope she made a great Thanksgiving meal. But apparently she didn't make dessert because you're going to get donuts. So, yeah. Yeah, online is so different. It's different online, not just online. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. This is the internet. Yeah, I guess you're right. Online, YouTube, or even telemedicine, it's different because you're in your own home. You're relaxed. Plus, I think I've always, even as a kid, I was whenever the cameras got on me, like the camcorder came out, I would suddenly change because I know there's like an audience in theory. So I think I do behave differently when I know there's like a documented record versus just me in everyday life, But yes, Black Friday surrogate therapy. Did I get a message? There's the weather report. All right. Yeah, my brother had to go to work today. He's at work right now. And I was up. I took some pills. And I was up like Wednesday, all day Thursday. I don't know if it's psychological. I was just up. I didn't feel drunk or tired. I just felt like wired. I took some Prozac and some bupropion. And I was like, I was wired all day. And then I slept. It was like an on and off sleep. I woke up feeling like shit. Now it's midday. But the recycles came, and here I am. I went to college. I felt like a ghost. But, I prefer to feel like a ghost than on the radar. I'd rather at least be ignored. So I can't complain about college, but no, I never had a great social experience in college. But at least no one bothered me. I was pretty much just ignored in college, like a ghost, in and out, just, And I'm glad college helped you. Oh, shit. I think this is my last vape cartridge. And I got more of these. This is my last Alto Views vape cartridge. It was a very large university. You may have never heard of it, but you can look it up. The name of it is called, very big university here. It's called Rutgers University, which is the State University of New Jersey. So instead of calling it University of New Jersey or New Jersey State, it's called Rutgers. And the one interesting thing about it is the original, because some of the oldest buildings on campus, it used to be called, once upon a time, it was called Queens College. In fact, there is a Queens College in Queens, New York. This is unrelated. Back in the colonial era, it was called Queens College. And Princeton, which isn't too far, was called King's College. So in the colonial era, you had King's and Queens colleges, and both these colleges are like the old pre-American, they predate the Declaration of Independence. These are very old 1600s universities. So Rutgers is the extension, the state university of a very old colonial college. Some of the old colonial buildings in the 1700s are still there and still in use. And right down the road, about 12, 15 miles down the road, is Princeton, the famous Ivy League, these two northeastern schools. I don't know if you've heard of them. Well, yes, Rutgers is huge because it's the state university, and there are several locations in various places, parts of New Jersey. The one I went to is right up the road, about 12 to 15 miles from Princeton. You've heard of Princeton, the Ivy League school? I didn't go to Princeton, but Princeton and Rutgers are very close, and these are some early colonial colleges. A lot of the founding fathers studied law there before the Revolution, blah, 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 blah. So that's where I went to school, which is now a major state university. Well, of course, you've heard of Princeton. That's one of the Ivy League. Princeton. He went to Princeton. Everyone's from Princeton. Rutgers, sometimes people say, what's a Rutgers? Well, Rutgers just means it's New Jersey State University. That's all it is. Well, you went to what? Lutheran something? Or Texas Lutheran? Was that what it was called? Because you told me you had a hard time finding your way into San Antonio. Was it Texas Lutheran? But that is crazy. That is kind of I couldn't picture because the high school I went to a high school that was moderately sized. It wasn't huge, but it was decent. And the college, of course, is much bigger. I couldn't imagine going to a college that's smaller than your high school. But I guess I never thought of that. I guess if you grow up in some small little town and you go to actually quite the opposite. You grow up in a large city, big city, or some big school district, some mega high school, and you go to a small, tiny college in the hills. I guess that could happen. But yeah. Okay, well there you go. See, that's a pretty big high school. Texas Lutheran. You don't have to name the school, but where did you go to high school? Like what town? You're from Dallas or Fort Worth? I can't. Where were you at the time you went to high school? I guess it was fairly urban or a big school district or something. Okay, are we back? That was weird because I was clicking, nothing was working. Like StreamYards looked like it was working, like the video was there and the comments were coming up, but everything I tried to click, it was like everything was frozen. I think what my main stream went dead. So I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut it off, that soon. That was kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Last thing I remember, you went to Texas Lutheran, a college that was smaller than Klein Collins High School in Spring, Texas. The high school had 3,500 and the college had like, what, 1,200? So, wow. Houston Metro. Cool. Cratering. Well, like I said, I'm on my shit computer. Let me know if it's bad. If it's bad, fuck it. I can always go downstairs, just end it. But, I wanted to, like I said, I don't want to leave my room. I'm like my shrink in a way. He doesn't go to the office anymore. He does all his clientele online. I just wanted to have some socialization since I'm not going to see my shrink today. I have a confession. I gave her the hamster poison that So I ate it and abetted. Now anyway, well, tell me what else? What did everybody tell me about your Thanksgiving and your Black Friday? You tell me about you. Go ahead. Just type. I'm socializing. Uh-oh. I see, because I got 4 bars and they waver from 1 to 2 for my Wi-Fi. I'm like, great. Then it goes away altogether. You never answered my question about Southwestern Thanksgivings. Is it all like paellas and like, pollo y pavo and like, black and red spicy beans? Okay, here's the answer. Nice paragraph. Thanksgiving was normal. Okay. Well, normal by Southwestern standards or just normal? You came to your grandma's near to Phoenix, had a typical day of cooking and drinking. Your boyfriend met your aunt and her husband for the first time, had some drunk. Well, that doesn't answer the question. You ate turkey? You ate. What was the meal? What was what did grandma make? What did abuela make? I'm curious. And what about you, Froglet? How was your Thanksgiving? I mean, you're only 19, but you've had enough Thanksgivings to, I'm sure it'd probably be some kind of, you probably shot your own turkey or a goose or a duck. What's Thanksgiving like in Mississippi? I'm sorry, Louisiana. You're from Louisiana. My apologies. Northwestern Louisiana. Either way, same thing. The deep south. What's a deep southern Thanksgiving like? Scratch my beard's a little itchy. And what else do I want to talk about? I should do some. I can talk about things. You can ask me questions. Hello, Cthulhu Sloth. I don't want to repeat myself, but my shrink canceled on me. So I wasn't even going to stream, but I wanted some kind of socialization because I've been feeling agoraphobic. So here I am. Don't worry, no pressure today. It's a nice holiday. So no one's going to be pressured to come on today. I said the reason I do that, like again, this isn't a clubhouse. I'm not dumb. I don't have thousands and I don't want thousands. I'm a small, intimate coffee house with a small group, not a closed society. Anyone's welcome, but I like to keep it small. And since we're all small, we can all get to know each other, unlike other, clubhouses. This is a coffee house. But yeah, I was asking, what is Thanksgiving like in the Southwest? Pollo y pavo and paellas and those red and black, frijoles. Yeah. And Cass is telling me, Cassandra says, yes, it's turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, sweet potatoes, with marshmallows. Ooh, that's more like Middle American. And some cream corn. Yeah, I guess it's typical-ish. What? No cranberry sauce? No cranberry sauce. Uh-oh. Yes. Well, Thanksgiving isn't a Hispanic holiday, but when Hispanics celebrate it, they bring that, that the drama, that passion, that, bailamos. So what was your Thanksgiving? Turkey and mashed potatoes, or was it like I said, like a more, you know what I'm saying? The clubhouse, the coffee house. And yes, I know it's lagging, but oh, well. We still on? Oh well. Yes, people, tell me about your goddamn Thanksgivings or your Black Fridays. Come on. So you want to be here? You want to have a little coffee house? Go ahead. You talk amongst yourselves. That's what you're looking for. Some kind of social club. I just wanted to get some kind of socialization out because my shrink might be dying on me. And I'm starting to wonder now if when I spilled that beer over a year ago, maybe it didn't damage the whole computer. Maybe just one of the RAM sticks got messed up because it was never this bad before. The connection was never this terrible. Excuse me. So maybe I just open it up and replace a RAM stick at some point. Well, I'll worry about that later. Where were we? Because it was never this bad. It's gotten really bad since that happened. It used to be just more normal. So it's because this lag is bad. I do apologize, but I'm too lazy to go downstairs. I want to stay in my lair. Oh, you were supposed to play a gig for Thanksgiving? You had a Thanksgiving gig. Yes, I love to eat my sandwich in a truck. I eat my lunch in a truck, and the lunch was made in another truck. It was that Family Guy joke? Oh, so you had ham. My mother made ham. My brother went over because my father doesn't like turkey. So yeah, my mother had a Thanksgiving ham. My brother ate some, but there we go. See, salsa and guacamole. There we go. There. See, that's what I'm talking about. Well, it's because today is Black Friday, and I'm going to sing. Excuse me. I'm going to sing Steely Dan in a moment when I get around to it. Try to remember how that song goes. When Black Friday comes, Archbishop won't crucify me. I can't remember the song now. It's on Katie Lied. When Black Friday, I guess I'll change my name. When Black Friday comes. No. Actually, I think it's on the same album. There's a song I like better, so I'm going to sing that one instead. Bad sneakers and a pina colada, my friend, stomping down the avenue by Radio City with a transistor and a large sum of money to spend. Yeah, there's a song by Steely Dan, Black Friday. Today's Black Friday, so we're going to black. Well, maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. I prefer the neon. Well, let's see here. What do we like better? Because I can show you right now. I traditionally use this one. This is the one I like best. I think it's pleasant on the eye. I can occasionally, because I think you like this one, Froglet, I can go purple, just like my avatar or my whatever PFP, whatever you call it. I can go purple. But today, since it's a special day, it's going to be black for Black Friday. See, that's what I mean. Christmas dinner is enchiladas. This isn't a dig. It's just like, gringo, mashed potatoes, turkey, sweet potatoes, cranberry sauce. I figured, it's not just the Hispanic thing, it's region. You're in the Southwest, like the Southwestern, Arizona, New Mexico, part of the culture there. Even if you're a gringo, it's more likely to have, oh, let's have a paella or an enchilada or a pollo de pavo or, like you said, salsa, guacamole on Thanksgiving. Whereas in the Northeast, you don't think of that when you think Thanksgiving. You think turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing. God, that's the one thing I miss. My mother, I don't think she made any stuffing because I don't think my father. Even I love me, my mother, and my sister always loved stuffing. My mother is now my retard father's slave. He doesn't like turkey, no turkey. He doesn't like stuffing, no stuffing. My brother never cared for stuffing either. Damn, the one thing I miss, I love my mother's stuffing. Me, my mother, and my sister, I love stuffing. I miss it. I don't think she made any stuffing because my father doesn't like it. She's back to being his servant. And tamales, tamales, enchiladas, paellas, etc. Churros, any churros? Yeah, see, it's like a southwestern thing. And you're right, in keeping with that southwestern spirit. No marigolds in the promised land. There's a hole in the ground where they used to grow. Any man left on the Rio Grande is the king of the world as far as I know. If we live till Saturday, we can explore the ruins of Santa Fe. No marigolds. Yeah, I'm surprised you know that one because that was on one of the that was on Pretzel Logic or what was the other one? It wasn't the first. It was the second or third album. I thought you were more into the later stuff. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. No marigolds in the promised land. There's a hole in the ground where they used to grow. Any man left on the Rio Grande is the king of the world as far as I know. Smoking cobalt cigarettes. Yeah, good song. Yeah, I understand. She's on the coasting. I was talking like, New Mexico, Arizona, maybe extreme southeastern California, like Imperial County, maybe parts of southern Utah, Colorado. That's what and maybe even West Texas. Not so much, not the Sabine River in the east. I'm talking like, El Paso, Verde, all through the New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, southern Nevada, parts of southeast California, parts of southern Utah, New Mexico, like Mesa Verde. That's what I mean when I say southwest. I don't mean San Diego, and I don't mean Houston. I mean basically Arizona, New Mexico, southern Nevada, and the immediate surrounding geography. That's what I mean when I say southwest. I've been out there. I'm talking about the desert proper, not, the coast, not East Texas or Central Texas. I'm talking extreme West Texas, parts of New Mexico, parts of Colorado, pretty much all of Arizona, all New Mexico, most of southern Nevada, and maybe we'll say extreme southeastern California. That's what I mean. It's not just Hispanics. It's part of the culture there. Even gringos and blacks. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Let's make some paellas. Let's have some nacho cheese. Yeah, it's just it's ingrained in the southwestern adobe culture. You know what I mean? You guys live there, and interesting. Well, it's funny. Your mom was obsessed with Steely Dan. Okay. So the Hispanics were on your father's side. Yes. Your mother was not Hispanic because if she was, she wouldn't be obsessed with Steely Dan. But can you tell me, what is your backstory? You got some Chicano in you? Because it's amazing how many, maybe it's a time thing. I'm amazed how many Southwestern old stock Chicanos, old stock Spics I've got watching me. And I've always said, I've always loved Spics. I've loved Spic culture. I drove around that cab with mostly Mexicans and shit. So I love the Spics, but I'm amazed how many Southwestern American born Chicanos, like, you, Cassandra, Black again. I'm amazed how many Southwestern Spics watch me. So, hey, who knows? Maybe I should move to the Southwest. I can be an honorary Spic, just a gringo who's like, hey, SA. Maybe I should be living in the Southwest. Maybe that's the learning process I'm getting out of this. Yeah, like I always said, their first album was called Can't Buy a Thrill, and that's a standalone thing. Countdown to Ecstasy and Pretzel Logic, in my mind, I always think of them as like a 2-act play. So I might get confused which song was on which, because those two albums effectively might as well be the same. It's like, it might as well be a double album. I always saw Countdown to Ecstasy and Pretzel Logic personally as a twofer. Can't Buy a Thrill, their first one, is standalone. All the other ones, Royal Scam, Gaucho, Asia, those are standalone. For some reason, Pretzel Logic and Countdown to Ecstasy always seem like they should be like two acts of the same play. So I always think of them as one collective piece for some reason. I don't know why. So whichever, those are my two favorites. Honestly, you asked me what's my favorite Steely Dan album? Those two put together. And why am I getting so fucking blurry? Yes, I know. She's like, what is your father? Is he like an old time Chicano or Nueve Mexicano? And I'm sorry for the blur. Maybe if I take a little break from, hold on. The fuck is going on right now? Are we back on yet? Oh, that's right. I put my thing down to see if it would. Is that coming back into focus or it's horribly out of focus? I don't know why it does that. It's some weird autofocus. I wish I had a camera. I was about to start singing Panama, but right now, why is that so fucking blurry? Van Halen. Why is this so fucking blurry? I apologize, y'all. Oh, I didn't realize your father was actually from Panama. So you're white. So you're half Panamanian. That's crazy. It's cool. Oh man, this sucks. I wouldn't want to watch this. This is terrible. Wow, I'm looking on YouTube. This is terrible. Anyone have any tips on how to refocus a camera? I was gonna sing Panama Van Halen, but I'm too obsessed now with. Let's see if I close. Can I was gonna sing. Am I delayed? Am I lagged? I just clicked that 10 minutes. I was gonna sing that Panama, but now look how fucking blurry this is. I don't think I ever installed software. I just plug and play. I think this was a plug and play Logitech camera. I just plugged it in. There was no software. I close this over here. All right, we'll go dark for a moment. See if that helps it refocus. Can you hear me at least? Can you hear me? How? No, come Christmas. All right, Christmas time. I'll sing Tommy and I'll sing ELP. But right now. Oh man, what a blurry fucking mess. But this is more of an experiment for me now. If I pull my camera out and put it back in, will it recognize it? Or once I pull it, it's not going to recognize it. I've pulled it. Now I've put it back in. Is it going to come on? I know you can hear me because I can see the sound waves around my, nondescript icon here. But the camera's, oh, okay. So I unplugged the camera, plugged it back in. It's not registering. Oh. If you want to stick around, stick around. It's going to take me a minute. I'll log out, clear the history, start again. But I'm not going to kill the stream. Even if I log out, the stream will keep going. So I'll be back because I'm curious if it clears it out and focuses the camera because it's pissing me off. Why can't I have nice things? Why, Sloth? Sloth, tell me. Why can't I'm gonna start e-begging? You guys can send me monies or shit so I can have some nice things. Buy me cameras and buy me fucking RAM sticks. Maybe I should start becoming a shameless e-beggar because why can't I have nice fucking things? All right, hold on. I'm not gonna end the stream. Let me log out of this. Hold on. So that was my gift to you. That was my gift to you. If it's Black Friday, so you got a nice black screen for like what was it, over 10 minutes. I was screwed up. I tried to log back in, and it gave me this weird message when I came back to StreamYard. It said, "In order to log in, you've got to log out one of your previous sessions," and it listed like 3 or 4 sessions. Like one was like uh, one was like one was like several days earlier. So I logged out of the early set. I know I still logged in from like 3 sessions ago, or whatever. So anyway, here I am. And Sideshow is at work. Sideshow Click is at work. You have to go to work today. And there were a lot of missing shots. There's that black space in between, but hey, that's life. That's part. Like I said, I'll repeat again for you guys who are just coming in. I was supposed to talk to my shrink today, well, yesterday and today, but my shrink canceled because he hurt his hip or some shit like that. So I figured, I'm not gonna have a therapy session this week. I wasn't gonna stream. I thought I would take a stream break, but I said, if I'm not gonna have a therapy session, we'll make streaming my replacement therapy. So here I am. How is everyone? Okay, Me Banks, how was your Thanksgiving? And Totem, I don't feel like explaining this again because we got our first foreigner. We have our first non-American talking. Totem, yes, I'm the hedgehog. Yes. Because I shave. I remember I used to have long hair, shaggy hair. I buzzed it down. You all saw that. Anyway, yeah, it's growing in hedgehoggy. It's how it comes in. See, I'm not a Viking, man. I don't have that thin, fine blonde hair. This is what you get. Anyway, you might not know what Thanksgiving is, but yesterday. Yesterday was a holiday here, and it's what the fuck? What a piece of shit! Why can't I just I'm here my meltdown? Do what you're supposed to do. Christ, I should be able to click on a fucking thing without it freezing up. I would a piece of shit computer or connection or just everything or who knows? Maybe there is some outside force trying to Anyway, okay, so for a Swede living in Norway who thinks he's American, yeah, it was a holiday, and my brother had to work today. Blah blah blah. Yes, it's like lags giving. Yes, I said this. I don't feel like repeating myself. This stream's gonna suck because I don't feel like going downstairs. So in my room, my shit computer with my shit connection. But it's life. It's just life. But I didn't think it would be this bad. It wasn't this bad in the past. I need some. I'm hoping it's just the RAM. Maybe put some more memory in, or I don't know. I'm being a bit dramatic. He called me yesterday to cancel because he said he injured his hip. I thought maybe it was just an excuse. He called again today saying so. He might not be doing well. I don't know if he's literally dying, but he might be retiring or something, which is a shame because I need to get on Eatbucks. I need his notes. Can't have him dying on me. But maybe I can e-beg since I'm not collecting Eatbucks yet. I can start e-begging. Anyway. All right, so what would you like to talk about? Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I don't know if anyone here is a shopper. I'm not. Anyone going out and buying shit? Because it's, I didn't watch TV today. You remember in years past, you hear all this crazy stuff about people lining up and, mobbing each other over a fucking toaster oven or whatever. I mean, wow, the $20 toaster is on sale for, $16 and 2 people trying to kill themselves over. It's like, so I don't know if we had a crazy Black Friday this year. It seemed pretty soon. I haven't heard anything, but I didn't see any articles. In years past, people lining up and stomping on each other for a slight discount on something trivial and not even that important, like a fucking toaster oven. But yeah. Well, we might be winding down. It's been an hour. Actually, can someone say something? Am I still on? Is this still live? Because I can't tell anymore. Might have gone. Oh well. Okay, it's on. I was gonna try. Apparently, having two tabs open really tilts this fucking computer out. It's that bad, but oh well. I don't know. They had the. I guess Black Friday is now international. Thanksgiving is not, but the commercial holiday. That's what we've exported. The greatest American export is Black Friday. Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm still on. Hello, Mr. Frodo. How was Thanksgiving in Los Angeles? And now I guess I gotta repeat myself. And me, Banks, you didn't tell us about your Thanksgiving. And Beppis, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but the day before I made broiled up some sausages. That's what I ate. My brother went over to my parents' place. My mother made some ham because my father doesn't like turkey. So my mother made ham and my brother went over there, but and I was supposed to see my shrink. Do I have to repeat all this? I was supposed to see my shrink. I wasn't going to stream, but my shrink canceled on me because he injured his hip. So here I am. This is my therapy. You guys are my therapy for today. I wasn't even going to stream. I was going to try to quit streaming for a bit, but I figured since I'm not going to talk to my therapist, let me talk to whoever. Good show. One of my favorites. You gotta go watch it. Nice of you to pop in. Go watch your TV show. Oh, you've got a minute. Oh, okay. That's probably when I was off the air for that, trying to log back in. Me back. Look, we're going out of focus again. I stimmed. I went back and forth. I was stimming, and it seems like the motion tilted the camera out. Okay. Well, maybe next time it goes out of focus, I'll stim again. Maybe I'm learning here. Yeah, because it's about 8 p.m., right? 8 o'clock at night there in Scandinavia. You better get out. Get to the shops. Go to IK and get your toaster oven. And how is everyone else? Talk amongst yourselves. All I check my phone. I told my brother to get some augmentators, meaning alcohol. Augmentators like a couple of the Bud Jugs or some teas or whatever. Well, isn't there something? This is international. It's called Cyber Monday. Aren't the real good online deals, the internet savings, that comes on Monday? I thought Cyber Monday, or no. No, he's not here. I'm not explaining. He's at work. I said, pick up some alcohol on your way home. Oh, you were making reference to the tariffs and Chinese products going up. I thought you meant there was a sale today and today only. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You were talking in general. Now I thought Cyber Monday, there are a bunch of like online deals. I thought, but I don't know. You were just talking in a more general, broader sense. I thought we were talking specific. We're talking Black Friday. In fact, I'm going to call it today is what I call Black People Friday. Anyone here black? I don't know if that's right. Shit, look at that. Look, I misspelled that. Look at that. Well, that's good. Black People Fear Day. Fear Day. Yes, Black People Fear Day. But no, Black People Friday. Do I have any black audience members? I don't know if I have any colored folks watching me. No, it's overcast and chilly, but no snow this far south. Not at this time. We might get some snow. Well, today is what, Friday? Gotta see what happens over the weekend. Currently, it's not snowing here. And I thought Todd said the snow was going to be a bit further south along the lake. I thought Todd even told you, Beppis. I saw that comment. But yes, Black People Friday. Let's celebrate colored folks. Who's with me? You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I know some parts of Texas do get a lot of snow. But you remember a few years back, there was like a freak snowstorm in like East Texas, and like it might have been Dallas. It was like, or was it Houston? It was somewhere. It was somewhere that never usually gets snow, and they got like an inch. It was like nothing. It was laughable. But because they're so unused to it, you know, they weren't prepared for the freezing of the pipes. They weren't prepared for, you know, they didn't have any salt or sand. They got like one little inch of snow, which would be that would be nothing here. You get an inch of snow, you shovel your driveway, you drive carefully on the road. Maybe the plows will come around, maybe not. Maybe the roads are pre-sanded. But because they didn't have the the setup for it, the infrastructure for it, it screwed them over. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, what was it that long ago? Yeah, same year. It must have been the same year. So was that 3 years ago? Almost 4 years ago. It seems like yesterday, but time flies. Yeah, and I remember my brother and I were kind of laughing. Like, that's it? Just a fucking inch? You don't have to shovel that. You can like maneuver out of your driveway in inches. That inch is nothing. But again, we get it. You're not used to it. It was Oh, but you're in Sweden. I thought you were the land of the Vikings. Or do you have coastal mitigation? Yeah, it might have been Houston that got some snow, and it wasn't a lot. By Jersey standards, it was nothing. It was laughable. But you guys weren't prepared for it, so it really screwed them up. Yeah, it was like a major, and like what the power grid went down because the power companies weren't expecting a deep freeze or snow freezing. Yeah, it was on the lines, the overhead lines. Yeah. Well, thank you. When was your Thanksgiving? When is the Canadian Thanksgiving? I asked you a question. When's Canadian Thanksgiving? Also, I have another question for you. Yeah. Well, I see it's a special holiday for you. Yeah, I clicked on one of your channels. Did you get rid of like Aiden Shaves? I wasn't knocking you. You can have multiple channels. I was just like, because it's hard to keep track of which one's which. Did you get rid of it or yes, you hid shadowed a bunch of your channels because there's only 2 Aidens now, but I saw that Aiden. I saw that October something. Well, we're waiting. You're in the hot seat. Oh, wait. Okay. I got to sneeze again. But I did see something. For some reason, I think I clicked on one of your comments on one of your channels, but it was like, if I go like this, will it go back into focus or more out of focus? I don't know. You had some like ASMR in Greek, but that wasn't you. I guess you downloaded that from someone's channel, some girl talking about hair care products. Remember that? I thought that's interesting. I wonder if you got that from, because it sounded like a girl talking about hair care products or some shit. Where'd you get that from? What's pies? Oh. That was weird. Cool. Where's some good sites to pirate? Pirate Bay, they say, is shit now. Where are some good places, or do you use programs to download things? Oh, man. No, I said no one has to call in today. You're exempt. Don't worry. I know you're all upset. He wants us to call in like a Discord server. Well, yeah, because this isn't a big clubhouse. This is a small, intimate coffee house. I figure everyone call at least once and show their faces like an AA meeting. Because again, this isn't a clubhouse. It's a coffee house. It's a small, tight knit. I don't want a huge following. And I figure if you want to be here, you can show your support by appearing at least once. And you kind of did. But today is not a calling day, so don't worry. I already made this clear. And you've been here since the beginning, so let's not play games. And I was talking to Aiden about pirating. Okay, so you're just screen recording. You're not downloading your screen. Well, you're downloading, but you're not going to websites that provide it. You're not file sharing. Okay. Yeah. Well, Beppis and Totem have both left us. They've gone to watch their show, which is more interesting than listening to me talk. I see how it is. What else? Okay, and yeah, I just wanted to do some socializing today since the shrink said bye bye because his hip, whatever. I don't even know if he's. Who knows? What if he gets admitted to the hospital? I mean, to find another shrink now. Here's all my fucking notes. That's fine. We know you didn't want to be here. You didn't have to be here. You can go. It's okay. Yes, it is nice to talk face to face, and we'll do it again sometime. Your boy King Frog gets all upset. Oh no, he always wants people to call in. Oh no. Like Christ, well. Yeah, fine, Aiden. You're dismissed. Goodbye. All right. But this is kind of like a holiday stream, day after holiday stream. I know it's not going to be just me coming on. What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. All right. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll just take a little break. Okay, how was that little break? Maybe I shouldn't have streamed today, but I just wanted to socialize with someone. I'll probably get off soon. Is there anything else anyone wants to share, or we should just wrap it? We should wind this down. Maybe it's frozen. See, I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell. I'm running out of things to talk about. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I kind of want to, I've still got some beer left. I want to go a little longer, but I'm kind of thinking about ending because, man. All right, is it time to read a poem? Desiderata, whatever it's called. Let me Google it so I can read it to you. It's poem time. All in favor of poem? You're saying you don't or I don't? Because I don't either, but hey, awkward silence sometimes. Hey, you want me to read a poem? Yeah, the awkward silences means poem time. I sneeze again. Christ. Ah, man. Where were we? So, Doggo, I think you still have enough funds left for now, but you're gonna have to do something soon, man. You're dipping into your funds. I got to find a job. I think they want me to be homeless. I got to start e-begging. How do I e-beg? Let's talk about that. How do I put up these links? I should ask. How do you put it? You guys have money. You're all well moneyed. You all have girlfriends and lives. Why you're here, I don't know. But you can. Hey, man, if I had a wife and kids and a good job, I'd help out some guy I like. So what goes around comes around. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a poem in a little bit. I think I got a poetry book in the other room. I'll grab a poetry book. There's nothing else is going on. Why don't I grab a poetry book? And I'll do my best to actually comprehend the words that come out of my mouth, and instead of just reading mindlessly like a kid. Ha Columbus, he sailed the ocean. It was in 1750. You can tell when someone's just reading, but they don't know what they're saying. I'll try to understand what I'm saying. But yeah. Now, I was asking about links for e-begging. Tell me now. Tell me, you fools. Yeah. Should I find that poetry book? All right, I'll go find the poetry book. This is kind of. Couldn't find the poetry book. It's a big poetry anthology thing that we've had for years. I couldn't find it. Oh, I thought it was in another room, but oh, who gives a shit? Maybe it'll turn up later. Who cares? It's one of those things where I don't really care about the poems, but it's like, what did I do with it? It's like, did you ever have those problems? Like, what do you know, what did I do with that? Got so much shit I can't find things, but I never want to throw anything. I guess I'm a hoarder, but as soon as I throw something out, like I've had this for years, and we throw it out, that's when I suddenly need it all of a sudden. Oh, Christ. All right. So what else is there for me to discuss? I don't know. I just feel like just agoraphobic. Like I really don't want to go out anymore. I don't want to deal with people anymore. It's been too much. It's nightmare after nightmare. I think things to do, but it's nightmare after fucking nightmare. Awkward silences. What did I do with that?